So we're in Clovis, California. We're getting ready to set a water heater here. There was a direct vent water heater. You can see the termination out there. Water's capped off right now. Gas capped off right now. We took it apart. This whole area was it had mold all over it, and so we were thinking when we come out, we'd wipe it up, but we could see when we got here that it was fuzz all over. So we demoed back the sheetrock line. You can see that is a hard line, and then there's another line down there, 2-footer. So that was a 4-foot piece down to there. Another 4-foot piece here down to there, and then they got a little puppy, probably like a 12-inch piece down below. I think it's a 9-foot ceiling, that's why. So you got 4 foot, 4 foot, 1 foot down there. Problem is, we open up the wall and you can see that's what we got going on. That's live, active growing mold. Now, it's into the OSB here, extremely bad. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this was all from the water heater, or I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was. All I know is it's demoed back. We can't do anything. We can't cover this up. So they're going to get a hold of a mold remediation company. We recommended Service Master. I know they do flood containment or flood remediation, water remediation. I'm not sure if they do mold, but look someone up. Main thing here is to start the drying process. Get this to start drying up. Number 2, they'll come out and assess it and tell you what they need to do. That's pretty bad area right there, so I'm not sure what they're going to do. Anyways, I'm going to leave that to the experts. What we're going to do is we're going to take our water heater and we're going to bring it and mount it over here where the surface is dry. You can see down here you got mold, but this surface is dry. So we're going to get our water heater mounted. We'll have to get creative with this. The reason being is gas is all the way over here, so that becomes problematic. Water's up there, and then we need to get the vent back away from the water, from the window, which is fine. But the water we can bring over, that's good. So we might just end up mounting it up high and then getting things tied in. And anyway, so we just wanted to document this before we get started, and we'll take another video when we're done. So we were in Clovis, California, and we just finished installing a A.O. Smith water heater. It's the 240 right out of Lowe's, and so it's all installed. It's dark now, so we're having a hard time taking a video, but we'll do our best here. First thing we did is, we got a separate video and we'll attach it to this, that shows the damage here, and that's going to be someone else's project to come in and remediate the mold. What we wanted to do is get the water heater in a spot that was out of the way of the work crew, whoever's they hired to come in here, and keep the piping up out of the way. So what we've done, first thing, copper, we got a brand new shutoff out on the cold side, and it pipes over and down, and then of course comes underneath. That cold water sneaks over to the cold side right there, and my ladder's in the way, but you can see right there that guy. So cold water, it's a Norris isolation kit put on there, so you can flush this out. So solid copper, and then a hot, of course, with the relief valve coming on. And we took this over to the wall. You can see, tied it back in. Had to cut that down. It was up a little bit higher, so cut it down. Tied it in with stainless steel supply, little nipple right there, so that's tied in. Of course, the hot line comes back over and goes up and follows the cold, back around to this side, and you can see there's the hot. So hot and cold are in and done, and the relief line's tied in. That's good. Condensate's tied in right there. It just drops down, goes through the wall out there, little strap, and it's blocked. Silicone on the outside, so it just dumps out outside. And so that's it for piping. We got the cover off right now. We ran this for about 2-3 minutes just to make sure that it was functioning correctly. It's at 120. So the water came on, we popped the relief valve and ran a bunch of water, and it functions fine, so that's good. Venting's installed. You can see 3-inch ABS with the green glue transition to the PVC couplings that come with the unit. So 3-inch vent to the outside, 3-inch intake, and then of course it's got little screens in there, one on the inside, one on the outside. I guess it's to keep birds from flying in there, so that's good. Anyway, so this guy is done. That's vented out. Intake air is in the garage. Everything's tied in here. Gas valves there, full 3/4. So what we did is we came in and just stubbed out this gas right here. Put a 3/4 by half 90 on it. 3/4 90 there over to the corner. 3/4 90. And then right here, 3/4 90, and then of course a 3/4 shutoff valve. This is a 5/8 supply by 3 foot long. I'd like to see a 2-footer in there, but that's all they had. So, if you ever get to a point where it starts to, you're running a lot of water in the home, and this thing shuts down, we'll put a shorter supply line there. This will run 125,000 BTUs. This is a 160,000 BTU unit with a 2-foot supply. It should run. So you can see it loops back and down and up. So a 2-foot supply would work in there just fine. And so like I say, any trouble, we can replace that. All this demo we did, that wasn't the scope for what we were going to replace concrete, but we didn't know how extensive the damage was until we got here. So the platform is on the side yard, all this molded sheetrock is on the side yard, and again, you'll have to have someone come out and take care of that. Any trouble, just let me know. Monitor it for weeping, dripping, leaking, spraying, anything that's not correct. Let us know right away. We did note one thing right here. You can see there's a little booger on this copper that we bought, and as long as that's fine, great. Monitor that, please. Your whole home, underneath cabinets, things like that. I guess this was concealed back here in this area, and they couldn't see it. And by the time we got here, there was this mold everywhere, and you can see it all over the walls. But monitor it. Any trouble right here, all we do is we pop the screws out. We cut that, and we take a press fitting, coupling, slide it down there, press it back in. No big deal for repairs. This is all soldered in place, all this copper and block, so it's good. Anyway, so that is it. The only thing I think that we will need to come back and do is do something with this vent that was, I don't know if we should or shouldn't, I don't know. This was the direct vent that goes outside. It's just open to air right now. And so I'm thinking maybe, I don't know how to cover it up, but probably a cap. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So just a cap to cap off this side right here, and then just screw it back on, and that's done. So because it's a breezeway straight out to open air. Anyway, so that's all good. Everything looks good. We don't see any leaking, so that's good. Copper, the soldered joints, the screwed joints, the brass fittings. So they're good for today, and hope they enjoy the hot water. Outside of that, this installation is done.